In the NBA, everybody, let's welcome in our very own NBA insider, Shams Charania, for the latest on what's going on with Los Angeles and the Lakers. They're on the hunt for a new head coach. Shams, what can you tell us there?
Yeah, Brooke, I'm told the Lakers are planning to make an offer to Dan Hurley, the two-time champion UConn coach, and working to convince him to leave the college ranks, leave that back-to-back championship team, and a team that has one of the best classes coming in and a chance to three-peat in the NCAA, trying to convince him to make the jump. I'm told it's likely that Hurley will make a decision sometime within the next week. And J.J. Redick has been a front-runner along with James Borrego, two candidates for this job over the last several weeks. J.J. Redick had emerged as an NBA-centric front-runner for the position. And it's very rare to get a forever coach, a guy who could have had really a run as long as he wants and still as long as he wants at UConn and Dan Hurley to make a jump like this. But the Lakers right now are working to see if they can convince Dan Hurley to make that jump. Already an iconic coach at the college ranks, two-time champion coach, and also someone that is really highly regarded as an offensive coach, offensive-minded person. We know he's fiery. So his fit at the next level, definitely something that a lot of people are keeping their eye on. But that is the Lakers' target right now, and someone that they're obviously working hard to convince.
Well, you know, in this situation, I think about your boy Monty up there in Detroit and what happened with the coaching market and what salary might be offered. You know, people have been talking about a massive contract there. And I think that could be something that's really hard to turn down if you're Dan Hurley, obviously coming from UConn, a ton of success over the last couple of years. Salaries, I mean, it's going to be ridiculous. The other thing you think about, too, and people have been debating about this, how good is the Lakers' job? You see how many head coaches they've had over the last decade, and I would still say that it's the freaking Lakers, right? Like, if you're a coach, this is one of the most desirable spots to be in basketball. So I think those two things are at play. I guess the biggest question that a lot of people ask, how does he transition into coaching pros, right? Like, it's going to be a little bit of a different shtick than what he had there at UConn.
It's the freaking Lakers, but one comparison that I've been taking note to is the Mike Krzyzewski situation, the former Duke head coach who was offered the Lakers job back in 2004. Coach K ended up coaching Duke for another 18 years or thereabouts. He won at least a couple more national championships. So if I'm Dan Hurley, can I last that long as the Lakers head coach? I would. And hypothetically, would 3 years, for example, or even 5 as the Lakers head coach, be worth 20 more years and 2 or 3 more championships with UConn? I think he should stay, personally.
Well, and ironically, Coach K has actually been involved in this process here, and so you'd imagine the input that he has. But we talked about Dan Hurley. Remember when they were hiring at Kentucky, and that he was in the mix there, and he was very outspoken about how he liked where he was at UConn. Obviously, it's a college position, but he talked about the legacy that he wanted to create there. So it's a toss-up. Do you want to stay, like Coach K, you were talking about, at a program like back-to-back championships? Sean mentioned he has an opportunity to create something really big there. Or do you want to go coach the best basketball player of all time with the Lakers? So, Shams, he mentioned, JP, just the transition from the college level to the NBA here. What are you hearing about what is it about his coaching style that they feel like will really transition well with the Lakers?
Being a program builder for sure, and to make a jump like this, whether it's a guy like J.J. Redick, whether it's a guy like Dan Hurley, you view those coaches as 4, 5, 6 year tenure coaching possibilities. And the Lakers have been through, obviously, a couple coaches here over the last few years, and they feel like they need to have someone not only for this LeBron James, Anthony Davis regime, but someone even beyond that, and leading younger players into the next phase of that franchise. And they view a guy like Dan Hurley in that light. They view J.J. Redick in that light. And so that's really where, if you're Dan Hurley, if you have a chance to really have sustainability over 4, 5, 6, 7 years, that's why you make that jump, not for the pressure to win now immediately for the 24-25 season.
And we've seen, too, with the cap changes, obviously you have to be able to develop players. You can't go out and get that third star or, star player as readily as you were before. Last thing I'll say is the best coach that has ever coached college football, Nick Saban, is at LSU, won a title. I'm not going to Miami. Goes to Miami, things don't work out, finds a job at Alabama, wins a bunch of titles. Nobody talks about Miami anymore.
Yeah. No, that's a really good point. So, I mean, it'll be interesting. We can see the appeal there, but it'll be interesting just to see how he does translate if it does come down to that.